Knowles getting a divorce from Richard Lawson. I want to start with this. Richard Lawson looks fantastic for a 76-year-old black man. I just want to say that. Richard Lawson is 76 years. That brother looks fantastic. He looks like he's in his 50s. Okay? Let's go back there. Okay, so anyway. To all the Cyclops in the building. To Al the Spice Man, Spice of Life. My greatest sponsor in the natural. Jesus is my sponsor, but in the natural, Al the Spice Man, my main man. Miss Ann, Black Panther X, of course, Yvonne Gentles. All right, LMS, all of the people who support this channel. This is a bonus edition, a Friday bonus edition of the Real Spiel, coming to you to have a conversation about why is it that you women can't stay married? Yeah, this one's going to hurt somebody's feelings. Why can't you ladies stay married? Okay, I have a couple of clips. I'm gonna add them here afterward about these two clips. Tina was speaking about her marriage to Richard Lawson when everything was good, and if this woman isn't the biggest egomaniac in the world, woof. Right now, she's divorcing her Richard Lawson. They've been married for 8 years. She was married to 31 years. To, I believe his name was, well, I forget his first name, but Mr. Knowles, Beyonce's dad. 31 years of marriage. She is trying to get her name back from the court. She doesn't want to be Lawson anymore. Apparently her name is Celestine. Celestine Knowles is her actual, I believe it's her legal name. She goes by Tina. But she's trying to sue the court to go back to being Knowles. She wants that name back because, of course, you get married to a man, you take on your new husband's name. To her credit, she took on Lawson. She was a Lawson for 8 years. And now she no longer wishes to be a Lawson. They don't have children together, of course. She's 69. He's 76. And quite frankly, she was doing very well for herself with that girl. She's not Beyonce. She's Beyonce's mom. Let's be very clear. Okay? She's not Beyonce. She's Beyonce's mom. Okay? She's a 69-year-old lady. She ain't doing too bad, but she's still a 69-year-old woman. This 76-year-old man looked like he's in his 40s or 50s. He looked fantastic for his age. Great. So, in my opinion, she was the one winning in that relationship. Okay? Visually, at least. She, of course, under the eclipse of Beyonce, has done great things for herself. Managing atrocious clothes. I remember when Tina was first started being Beyonce's designer. Outfits look like, I don't know if you guys ever saw Gone with the Wind, or when Scarlett needed a new dress and she pulled down those drapes and Mammy helped her sew up a new dress. Some of those dresses look like Scarlett's Gone with the Wind curtains. Some of them outfits that Beyonce had early. And then apparently she became a pretty good designer and, got herself out there. And I guess to her credit, she has definitely produced a superstar daughter, and, the history goes on from there. But I'm trying to figure out why a woman who sat there on Instagram, and I'm going to show you the clips, said, I prayed for him. God sent me this man. And he's an amazing man. He's not perfect. He looked at her like, pardon me. He's not perfect. But, and then she continued with whatever she was saying. One of her interviews, she says, I'm a pretty great woman. Like, I'm pretty great. Like, I'm not being conceited or anything, but I've done a lot of great things. I'm pretty awesome, and I deserve to have a great man. You ladies need to start thinking like that. And this is the current narrative that falls right into the pit of hell. When you start saying things like that, and I'm gonna footnote it with this. This is everybody who knows me knows this is my catchphrase. How are you? How you doing? Better than I deserve. I say that to everybody. How you doing today? Better than I deserve. Why would you say that? I have two types of responses. Why would you say that? And then the other people, I like that. The people that say they like that, they understand what I'm saying. I'm saying, by the grace of God, I deserve nothing. I deserve hell. But I'm doing much better than I deserve. The people who don't like that saying are saying, oh, don't say that. You deserve to have everything. No, we don't. No, we don't. And that's the biggest pitfall. Do not be in a relationship with an individual that says that they deserve you, or that you have somehow earned the greatness that is in them. No. Don't be in a relationship with those kind of people. Don't be in a relationship with those kind of people. You're gonna run into some trouble. There is a problem when your marriage is based on emotion and feelings and a sense of quantifiableness. There's a big problem, because you know what? Some of the best marriages, some of the best relationships are relationships that are sacrificial. Right, relationships, and I'm gonna steal this from TD Jakes because I wanted to preach this one day. I got this one. This is the one I'm gonna preach one day for a formal church audience, but I'm just gonna break it down. This is actually, it's not from TD. This is from a young lady I heard on Instagram, a young female preacher. But there are relationships that are assignments, sacrificial assignments, that you have been assigned by God to this person. And that assignment causes you to live sacrificially and to love that person and to live for that person through the assignment. When you say, God sent this man to me, when you say, God sent me to this person, you are saying you are on assignment. And the other part of this, she said there's a difference between an assignment, which I will come back to, and an attachment. Anything that you're attached to, once you separate from it, it breaks, you break, or you both break, because you're attached to it. And so attachments, when attachments go the wrong direction, when two things that are attached are moving in the wrong direction, there's a break. When an assignment moves in the wrong direction, there's an adjustment. And this is the problem with people who have this mentality that they deserve a person, or they deserve to have a great person in their life or something to that extent. They are not people operating out of a mentality of an assignment. They are operating out of a mentality that they should be served in the relationship. And when they're not being served with their needs, with their feelings, when their self of entitlement is not being served, when they are not being lifted up so that the world can see how great they are, when you're not carrying them on their shoulders every day, they wish to be unattached to you. And they go through the process of being unattached. Isn't it interesting that God puts you together, but the court rips you apart? I wish people, that's what I want people to start doing. If you went to the courthouse to get married, no problem. Go to the courthouse to get a divorce. No problem. But if you went to the church to get married, go to the church to get a divorce. Why do you go to the courthouse to get a divorce when you went to the church to get married? are an individual who decided that you wanted to go to the church to get hitched, but then you want to go to the courthouse to deal with your sin. No, baby, that don't make no sense. And so Tina has decided that God no longer sent her Mr. Lawson. And you know, everybody's got problems. Everybody's got issues. Everybody's got drama. No, life, you can't go through life and not have a little bit of drama, a lot of drama. You can't go through life and not have some problems. You can't get married and not have a few ups and downs and growing pains and all these things. But let me tell you something. When you're 69 years old, ladies, and you're married, you're looking for a companion. I'm sorry. You got married, you've been married for 8 years to this man, 69 years old. I'm assuming you knew him for a small period of time before this whole thing came about. Listen, you running to get a divorce? You running to get a divorce? Either this, you got married to him at 61, right? 8 years later. Richard was 68 when he decided to hit. You folks should never have gotten married. Never. You should have never have gotten married. Or you got to swallow your pride and understand what you decided to do in your latter years. Marrying somebody that you're supposed to hold on to and allow that relationship to take you all the way to the sweet by and by. One or the other. Unless you're telling me that Mr. Lawson, that good-looking, well-chiseled senior citizen, is knocking you upside your head, or he's got a couple of young things that you can't handle in his life, and the way Mr. Lawson looks, put a little just for men on his beard. That brother go down to the beach and might pick up some 30s and 40s. He's a good-looking fella, I'm telling you. Rich, go check him out. The man looks good at 76 years old. I pray I look better, but if I'm looking like Richard Lawson at 76 years old, I'm gonna say praise the Lord. That guy looked good. He looked good. No makeup, you know what I'm saying? No filter. He looks all right. He's doing well for himself. But if you're a 69-year-old woman and a 76-year-old man, what the heck are you getting divorced to do now? What are you getting divorced to do? Why make a decision to go through all of that? Oh my goodness. You can't sit down and have a conversation. Now you want to take back your ex-husband's name. Why don't you go take back your maiden name? Why are you going taking back that? What's the sense does that make? If I was Beyonce's father, I'd be like, no. Don't give her back my name. Go let her take back the maiden name. What you want my name for? That's my name. No, she got married. Let her keep her husband's name or take back her maiden name. She can't get my name back, Judge. This lady wants back her last husband's name. That's how messed up in her brain she is. That's how crazy she is. To me, that's crazy. Why do you want to take back your last husband's name? Oh, because she was known by that name for so many years. Then go reconcile with your ex-husband before you go marry another dude. Don't divorce the next husband and take back the last husband's name. I don't understand. That just shows how unbalanced, how unhinged this woman is. And when you listen to the things that I'm going to send you, I'm going to link here, you're going to see that something's not okay. Something is not okay. There's far too much pride going on in the life of this woman. Far too much pride. Far too much pride. And I was like, whew. I was looking at her doing all the talking in these interviews. Now Lawson's the actor, she's not an actor. He's the orator, he's the thespian. She's doing all the talking. He's just sitting down there like a Stepford husband. Like somebody programmed him to sit there. He's a good man, ladies. There's hope for you. Look at me. I've got me a good man. I don't understand this trophy husband generation that's happening right now. This thing is very interesting to me. We've got a lot of trophy husbands. We've got, you know how many people are on social media trying to tell women how to get a good husband these days? They've got this trophy husband mentality. The whole world is looking for trophy husbands. Everybody's looking for a trophy husband. Every meme is telling you what a good man is, and women are making them. I'm flabbergasted and shocked, to be honest with you. There is far too many trophy husbands being propped up for the world to see. Ladies are being told, go get the bag, go do this, go do this. Look, a man that wants the money and just wants you. Like, it's a very interesting time where women have really flipped the script. And like guys used to be looking for that trophy wife, women are looking for trophy husbands. They're looking for trophy husbands. And it's a very interesting time for me to see all these women looking for trophy husbands. I think it's fantastic. But that's fast as, and this is the problem. When you're looking for a trophy husband and you find out, oh, you know what? He's not a trophy husband. He's just a man. He's just a human man. And the disillusionment happens when he's in his, he becomes grumpy. He's an old man. He's a grumpy old man. When he's in his own ways, when he's not exactly everything that he's not Ken. It's not Barbie and Ken. He's actually a real man. All that stuff goes out the window. Trophy husbands. So I want you to go take a look at this. I want you to go take a peek. Tina, I think you need to go apologize to Mr. Lawson. That handsome senior citizen, that's the top of the food chain for you. I'm sorry. I don't care if you are Beyonce's husband. Unless Beyonce and Jay-Z are creating senior citizen men for you to marry in a test tube somewhere, unless they're cloning good-looking men for you, you better go back and get that Mr. Lawson, okay? You better go back and tell Mr. Lawson, I apologize. It was me. It's not you. I'm going to fix this. Let me design you a very unfashionable suit, or do something, Tina, because listen, and if you're gonna go through with it, if you're really gonna go through with it, and I don't understand why this police officer is here with his lights on in traffic. I don't get it. He's got his lights on. Like put on your siren. Let people know you want to leave. You want to move, sir. But if you're really going to go through with it and go back and take your maiden name back. Your maiden name, not the last husband. That's a desecration, in my opinion. That you're trying to take back a former husband's name. That don't make. I don't care. I don't know if Beyonce's daddy's dead. I don't know. If I would sit up in my grave and say, nope, not my name, and lie back down. What is this man doing? I think this I think this guy's a rookie cop, because I've never seen a police officer so lost. I'm further ahead than he is. He's got his lights flashing. Oh, you know what it is? He don't even know his lights are on, because his lights are on in the back. Big dummy. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, we see police, we black men see police flashing their lights. We're like, police lights flashing, so we look at anyway. I'm flabbergasted at the amount of women out here these days that are deciding to simply parachute out of their relationships. And listen, they're not leaving empty-handed either, right? They're right now. What are they sorting out? Property and land and all these things. Listen, I'm telling you right now, and I'm saying this right now to every man listening to me, you better not walk one step into a serious relationship without paperwork. You understand me? Don't let romance catch you. Don't fall in love with romance, buddy. The minute that a belly is swelled up with a child, the minute that you decide to cohabitate, the minute that you decide to buy property together, the minute that you decide that you're going to live your life civilly as one, legally as one entity under the law and God, you go sit down with a lawyer and you make sure you protect your stuff. At the end of a relationship, which seems to be guaranteed these days, that every relationship is disposable, every romantic endeavor has an expiry date. It's disposable. I'm telling you, It has an expiry date. It's disposable today. These days, there's no longevity anymore. Microwaves have caused people to say, I want everything now. And then, you know what happens when you put some fries in the microwave? What happens? Those things are hot and tasty for a little while, then they get stale. And these microwave relationships, hot and tasty for a little while, everything gets stale. People want to go their separate ways. Let me tell you something. When everybody's happy, when everybody's cooperating, when everybody's nice at the beginning, draw up the contracts. You know what? You know what that exercise is for too? You can see how people think. See what people's attitudes are. If somebody says, hey, baby, I just want to make sure that if we're having this child, that we both have legal custody of this baby, 50-50. I just want to do that right from the jump. Before we even start talking about having a child, I want to make sure that you understand that the minute the child is born, we're both going to go to the judge, have a consent order to make sure that you have legal custody and I have legal custody, 50-50. If that old bandit winks her eye at that, run for the hills and take your sperm with you, buddy. Don't ever sit down at a table with somebody who says, we only need a handshake. We don't need to put it in writing. You don't trust me. I trust a contract. That's what I trust. I trust a judge's order in my favor. That's what I trust. Let me tell you something. Oh, I would love to buy a house here. Honey, it's so nice. It's so wonderful. Oh, it's so amazing. And you're going to be the man. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm going to pay all the bills. I'm going to take care of everything. It's going to be all right. Oh, and my name's going to be on it too? Of course your name's going to be on it. 50-50. My brother, you make sure you sit down there and you have a trust agreement drawn out. And the trust agreement is more than what's on the title. A trust agreement says, this is what's going to happen when we decide to dispose of this property. I have the ability to pull the trigger of disposing of this property at any time. We have cut the equity of this into 60-40, 50-50, 90-10, whatever you want to do. You make sure you have that. You make sure you have that document, because when they fly off to the judge, Your Honor, I have a trust agreement here. I have a trust agreement already signed and filled out. This property, even though it's a matrimonial home, we've had a trust agreement signed by independent legal advice. It's only 10% hers. Oh, okay. That's as good as a prenup. Do not play with your lives out here. Go out there and look at everybody. Everybody's getting fleeced. Every single body's getting fleeced. And Tina Knowles, Celestine, she's out there worrying about the paperwork. I'm sure she's trying to make sure Mr. Lawson, that great actor, that fantastic, well-chiseled elderly gentleman, is going to make sure he pays her some money. I'm sure Tina Knowles, she wants her old husband's name back and her new husband's money. I'm positive of that. That's a situation. So you got to be careful out these peace and blessings. There's something in my hair. Yeah, brother, this is my bead. This is my thing here. Let it go in here. Something in my hair. It's called a bead. You know, it's my little style. I got a little style happening here. You know, every now and then I got to give you guys a little flavor. I got to give you a little something to say. Hey, I'm a Toronto guy. We different. We flow a little different out here. Flow a little different out here. We got a little different savoir-faire out here, baby. You know, we do it a little different. Yeah, man, go ahead. You snuck your nose in there. I might as well let you in now. I might as well just let you in now. I'm glad he waved, though. It was nice of you to wave after you just cut me off. It's okay. But, Tina, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to understand. One of the best females on YouTube right now is a lady called Olivia Alexa. I am Olivia Alexa. Oh, she is my YouTube therapist. If I ever needed a therapist, I would be going to her. This lady she's a national treasure. You go listen to the things that she says about relationships. Men, go listen to her. Send her to everybody. Protect her because these ladies ain't gonna like her. And she is clinical. She is detailed. She's exact. Oh, fantastic. Olivia Alexa, join her channel right now. Go press join. Go press subscribe and listen to this lady. She breaks some things down. That woman, I've started listening to her in May. She has taught me more about women from May to August than I've known my whole life. I'm telling you. That lady, I'm not joking. That woman has taught me more about women than I've learned in my entire short time on this rock. Yeah, we gotta do it with style, Al. We gotta do it with style, baby. You know what I'm saying? I gotta let it flick. I had like 3 or 4 of them. I had a few of them over here too, just to give it a little. Them things start falling out of my hair. So this is the only one. I want to lose one at a time. You know, give it a little savoir faire. I got Jericho. Jericho's gonna put a little style in it later on. That's my little daughter. She thinks she's a hairdresser, so she's always got a little braid up style for me. Yeah, I grew my hair just so she can work with it. Now, Tina, go listen to Olivia Alexa. Fantastic. There are some people who really have a good grasp on the current mental temperature, the mental positioning of women of today, and that's one of them. I don't. Don't ask me nothing about women. I don't know nothing. I am totally ignorant. I know nothing about women. Nothing. I barely understand my 11-year-old daughter. My 11-year-old daughter said to me today, Daddy, I don't think that you care about my feelings. I said, what? Pardon me? I was like, listen, we're going to the beach this Sunday, and I jumped right over it. And she goes, I don't think you care about my feelings, Dad. See, you're not letting me talk about my feelings. It's like, okay. I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. You're going to pick a day of the week, 1 hour, and we're just going to sit down and have a conversation about your feelings. How about that? She said, thank you. Great. And she picked a day, said she wants to do it Sunday. I said, hey, absolutely. So from 11 years old and on, I'm like a barbarian. I don't know anything. I'm just going to sit down and observe. I'll be like a deer in headlights. Mm-hmm. Okay, sure, no problem. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, fantastic, fine, no problem. That's how I'm going to be, because I don't know anything about women. But you need to listen to women talk about women. Well, but I understand us brothers though. I understand us, the good and the bad, the long and the short, the ugly, and all the rest. I understand it. The good, the bad, and the ugly, as Clint Eastwood would say. I get it. And I understand one more thing. I understand that right now it appears that many, many, many women are very, very unhappy when they put themselves in marriages. Very unhappy. Back in the day, I'm finishing with this. When a girl would say, oh, I'm not interested in a relationship, I just want to be alone, I would say, she's a little bitter one. Look at that little bitter one. Who wants to be alone? Who the heck out here really wants to be alone? Listen, I get it now. I honestly get it now. Who wants to go through the rigmarole of finding, getting to know, knowing family? Listen, I've been divorced twice, okay? You know the most annoying things about a divorce and even meeting new people? For me, it's the in-laws. It's the in-laws. Because when you're married, right? What are in-laws? Right? Your brother-in-law's children, or your sister-in-law's children, what are those? Those are your nieces and nephews, in-law, right? They're like family that's not blood related. So you watch them little suckers grow up. Hi, Uncle Del. Hi, Uncle Del. Hi, Uncle Del. And then you get divorced. What happens? Them little suckers are strangers now. You wasted a whole bunch of time. You wasted gifts. I wasted basketball lessons, insight, haircuts, all kind of stuff on a bunch of people, right? Children, for the most part. But a bunch of people who I wouldn't even recognize them if I saw them on the street. I don't know who they are. They're not my family. Your children might stay connected to them, but I certainly am not. And then you got to go find a whole new crew of in-laws. I got to keep learning people. It's one thing to learn the person you're with. I got to learn all your in-laws, and then you break up with the in-laws. Some of the in-laws break up. And if you don't break up with the in-laws, there's resentment. Why are you still talking to him? Why are you still talking to her, bro? I divorced that girl years ago. Leave her. You call her? What will you call her for? No, you like clean break. And it's annoying because now you got to go, when you meet new people, you got to meet their mother. You got to meet their father. You got to figure, like I have a situation where, like the mother and dad did not like me. I have had multiple scenarios like that where mom and dad did not like me at all. And it's not ever going to change. It's not ever going to change. You guys remember Batgirl's people, they did not take kindly to me at all. They did not like me at all. Didn't like me at all for no reason. No reason. They just people that just didn't like people. That's all I'm going to say about that. They were not people that liked me. And so, how you deal with that now? When you step into the game and folks don't like you just because you just didn't like you. And nobody has to like you. Nobody has to like you. I have no obligation to like you. You have no obligation to like me. That's fine. That's how it goes sometimes. But then, as the person coming in there trying to be positive and whatnot, and then the whole thing falls apart. And then you got to go now and do that again. It's like, I don't want on you. I don't want no new in-laws. I don't want no new friends. I'm good as I am. So I don't know why Tina and Mr. Lawson at 69 and 76 years old are putting themselves through all of that. Man, at 76 years old, I'm thinking about going to court, getting a divorce. I'm not even going to court. I'm not. Because I would have done all the work in the front end. I would have done it all in the front end. Listen, you can walk out anytime you want because all my money, my property, everything, it's all sealed, signed, and delivered. It's all, this house we're living in, it's yours or it's mine or it's what we already, just the lawyers will take care of it. We already did that in the front. I am not sitting down having, oh my gosh, are we cut off? Jesus, build a fence all around me every day. Yeah. So in a scenario, just going back the other way, in a scenario where the relationship's falling apart, I ain't calling nobody. I'm not telling my in-laws bye. I'm not interested in any of the regular scenarios everybody else is. This lost policeman's behind me now, making me nervous. No, it's not a thing. It's not a thing for me. It's not a thing for me. So, anyways, that's my time. Okay, I'm with his lights on now because he wants me to do something to help him pass. And finally learn how to use that thing, eh? Big dummy. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. 5-0's to the right of me. Traffic to the left of me. This is the real spiel. I'm out.